All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be the recap for this prior week ending on 424. Trading day 476 out of 500. If you was in chat room this week or had seen my prior video, you know that I'm stopping my personal trading in live chat after I hit the 500 day mark. The reason for that is many, but it's all good. It's going to allow me to focus more on my students, and I'll still be in chat. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be in chat, but I'll be able to focus more on the setups and help people selecting the right setups and identifying the different setups and helping with money management and those types of things. So anyway, to learn a little bit more about why I'm doing it, I do have it in my weekly updated email that goes out along with all these stats, so you could go ahead and see it there. If you're not getting the email, just go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Provide me with your email address, and you'll get the weekly updates as well. Okay, I do share a little bit more information in there. Also, at the end of this month, which is not too far out, I'm going to be doing a full recap on the daily setups. The daily setups are going very well, and I'm going to share a little bit about how I've been trading them, and we'll kind of look at what's working, what's not working, but the way I've been doing it has been working very nicely, but I think we can make some improvements along the ways and try to generate a little bit stronger returns. But nonetheless, you'll see where my own personal account is at the end of the month, so we'll be sharing that here probably at the next video, or there's going to be a separate video probably is the way I'm going to do it. But anyway, let's take a look at the week. Overall, not a bad week except Wednesday. Wednesday was really my fault. It wasn't the markets. It was certainly my fault. A lot of my students actually ended up making money Wednesday morning, but I was a little aggressive. I was pushing a little bit too much, and you know, there's no secret, there's no magic, there's no perfection when it comes to trading. Sometimes you're going to add to size, and you're going to get burned as part of the game, okay? Just because I put size on doesn't mean that it's a 100% winner. In the very beginning, when I traded or started this chat room, I would talk about when I would put size on. And the problem was some people would start only trading the ones I put size on, and they would get burned. You can't trade like that, because if that was the case, all I would be trading were those opportunities when I want to put size on, right? So there's no 100%, but you know, I can shoot in the 70, 75, 80%, and of course also I look at everything over a longer period of time. I don't look at the fact that, oh my God, I'm down $1,000 today, everything's falling apart, I'm going to stop trading. No, I mean, this is one day out of what? Thousands for me, but as far as this is concerned, one day out of 474 days, big deal. I know I can make that back. So that's the way you trade. So one trade, one losing day, doesn't mean anything. There's going to be even times where you may even not even be up for the week. So if you guys want to be traders, you got to be willing to go through those types of drawdowns. It's going to happen. Do your research. There's nobody in the industry that doesn't have drawdowns. Sometimes they even have monthly drawdowns. But the difference between a professional trader and you're just casual retail trader is the fact they don't give up. They stick with it. They keep going, and that's just part of the business. If you guys get spooked out every time you have a drawdown, then you're probably not going to be able to trade, and it's probably not a business for you. So I'm just a shoot trader. Tell you it like it is. I don't promise you everybody's going to get rich. In fact, I know the majority of people don't have the discipline to trade. But if you feel you have the discipline to trade and you can stick with it and study and study and study, because trading is an endless process. I've been doing it for 39 and still learning things. Then this is a good business for you. So nonetheless, that was really the one day. I didn't trade Wednesday night. I had other obligations, so that's why I show it as a no-go there. Let me put this over here so you can get it. There you go. There you go. All right, that looks That's better. All right. So, just making sure everything lines up here. Yeah. Okay, good. So, anyway, so yeah, overall, still not a bad week, but the first wins for the days that I did trade, obviously, once again, very high. So that's why I like to put on more than a single contract on every first trade, because I do hit at a pretty high rate, and it's at 88%. Looking at the stats are a little bit better this week. Aussie pretty much in line with what I would expect. Euro, look at Euro. Euro's low. Euro is really should be somewhere in the range of the Aussie and the U.S. Right? So we know that that's low. Pound is I would say actually a little bit high. Pound hasn't been running that high, but it seems to be coming back, and the U.S. yen's kind of where I'd expect. So what that tells me is that we're going to probably see some awesome trading opportunities coming up this week in the year on the U.S. And this is something that I do track daily. I track my morning stats, my afternoon stats. Real important. There's a lot of information that be gained by looking at these stats, and that's something that we talk about in the chat room, because it does give an indication when the market's getting, or a particular pair, I should say, is getting ready to heat up, and tend to put a little bit more focus in that, and then put size on when I get the right opportunity. So very important. Got to keep up with stats. Can't get away from that. Is it time consuming? Absolutely. I spent a lot of time just keeping up with these stats for 4 different pairs. So, but it's important to do that. But nonetheless, on the daily setups, like I said, are doing well. We're going to go ahead and do a recap at the end of this month. I'll do a separate video on the dailies, and we'll kind of go through all the results. Look at the patterns, which ones seem to be working better than others, what pairs seem to be the best, and so forth. And I mean consistently been the best. So that's kind of where we're at. Still not a bad week. Probably going to see the same kind of action again going into this next week. We had a lot of days that just had some incredible EOM, and whenever we have EOM, it's an EOM. Once again, it's something that we track in the chat room. It's basically ease of movement. It's not an indicator, but it works very powerfully, and it really does signal the pair or pairs that you want to be in, and those that you don't want to be in. And once you pick up EOM, it's almost like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, if you can be patient and wait for that. And I've said this many times, and the people in chat know what I'm talking about. I mean, the trades are just absolutely golden when you have EOM set up. So, anyhow, not a bad week. But once again, I think we're going to see some more of that this coming week. So I'm looking forward to moving into this following week and doing some trading. And then, of course, I'll be back next week to do my updates. If you have any questions, just go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. Also, if you're on Instagram, go to prostrategies.com. I'm sorry for a second. Just go to prostrategies on Instagram. And I actually send out a daily chart with my daily results. And you're going to see that. And that's going to last up until day 500. And then at day 500, I'm also, that will free up a lot of my time to start doing some daily videos. So, not really sure what's going to be part of the daily video. Maybe just looking at some charts, going through the stats for that particular day. So it would free me up to do more videos. So we can, there's a lot of good things coming down the pike here. Once I hit day 500, it's going to free up a lot of my time. So I'll be able to put out a lot more content. So it's all good. Good for my students. Good for people that are following us and so forth. So I hope everybody have a great trading week. Really looking forward to it, and I will see you at the next weekly recap, which will be next weekend. Y'all take care.